Hello, my name is Maria Sherrod. I'm a school counselor at Fayetteville Elementary School as well as the PBIS coach. And as a PBIS school, we teach the expectations that we expect the students to align to in our school. Doing that, we created our ROAR code, which is being respectful, obedient, attentive, and responsible. And so the students are taught these expectations in their classroom starting in August, but after the break, the December break, they come back acting a little brand new, like they don't know the rules. So we always try to reteach the expectations. Now, usually this is done in the classroom, but my counseling intern and I had an idea that we got from another school in Fayette to reteach these expectations by doing rotations during classroom guidance. So we created 5 to 6 rotations that the students could go through so that they would understand how to be respectful, obedient, attentive, and responsible at Fayetteville Elementary School. One of our stations is our cafeteria stations, where the students are taught how to be respectful, obedient, attentive, and responsible in the cafeteria. So what we created was something very simple. We got a table, and what we did was we already had these PowerPoints that we created on our Google Slides for our school, and we took those PowerPoints and we laminated them to make placemats. Now what the students have to do is they have to read this and then X out using a dry erase marker the behaviors that are inappropriate in the cafeteria. The next station I want to talk to you about is our bus station. Now, our bus behaviors is something that we didn't get a chance to talk about because the county came up with these bus behaviors in like October. And so we really wanted to teach these behaviors. So our Fayette County bus expectations are to be prepared, use good manners, and stay safe. So in order for the students to practice the rules on the bus, we created a simulated bus activity where I got this cute little traffic light from our technology teacher. It's actually a voice level indicator light, but we used it as like Simon Says, okay? Then we created rules for our bus. We said that you have to obey the rules, and red means to sit down, yellow means to stand up, and green means to exit or enter the bus. So we had each student to practice being a bus driver. So I have my safety cup cadets. They have this vest that they wear in the morning. So I used that, and one student was assigned to be the bus driver and sit in this seat, while the other students had to sit on the bus. In addition to talking about each setting, we also wanted to talk about a big part of our PBIS program is our voice levels. And we use the voice level chart here in our classrooms and in the hallways and also in our cafeteria. It's a big part of our program. So in this station, we really had to differentiate for the grade levels. So for the kindergarten and first grade students, I have this book by Julia Cook called Decibella and Her 6-Inch Voice. And this is an awesome book that really talks about voice levels. So the idea that I had was to have my principal read the book, and she read the book and recorded it, and the kindergarten and first graders actually get to put on headphones and listen to Miss Lawrence read this awesome book to them. So that's for our kindergarten and first grade. So in our voice levels, we also wanted to differentiate for our older students. We wanted them to use the voice levels. So we have a bag that has folded sheets of each voice level in it. And in the bag, the students are to open the sheet and see what voice level they're supposed to talk on. So on this one, it says teacher voice, okay? And so I would go in front of my group of students in my station and say, hello, I'm going to present to you on the planets. And then they would say, what voice am I speaking on? Each student in the audience, in their group, would have these cards, kind of like American Idol, with numbers on them, where they would indicate which voice that person is talking on. Our next station that we want to share with you is our playground station. So we wanted to teach each student how to be respectful, obedient, attentive, and responsible on the playground. And we know that a playground can be a place where a lot of kids get hurt. So we really wanted to focus on how to stay safe and also how to include others, because we know that sometimes they can get hurt on there, but also their feelings can get hurt on the playground as well. So what we did with our playground station is we took PowerPoints that we had already created, where teachers took pictures of appropriate and inappropriate behaviors on the playground, and we created bags. So the thumb down red bag means that those are inappropriate, bad behaviors, and the thumbs up green bag means that those are appropriate, good behaviors. So then the students are asked to read, the 1st through 5th grade students, of course, are asked to read the words on the card, and also there's pictures as well, so they can figure out should those go in the thumbs down or the thumbs up bag. So here's an example. This card says there was an argument on who got to the slide first. We solved the problem with our fists. So of course that would go in the thumbs down bag. Another station that we talked about was in the restroom, and we know the restroom can be a place for the students to kind of act inappropriately sometimes, so we really want to address this as well. So we taught them how to be respectful, obedient, attentive, and responsible in the restroom. This is one of those stations that we also had to differentiate for the grade levels. So for K through 1st, we really focus on being clean. I talk about to the students, our rules in the restroom is really to be quick, clean, and quiet. So we focus on the clean part. So what we found was a worksheet where the students could sequence how to wash their hands appropriately. And so they had to put the numbers in the circle of which thing they should do first, and then they were told to put their name on it and to color it. So this was their activity for our restroom station. For the 2nd through 5th students who have more reading skills and really can figure things out more critically, we created crossword puzzles and also word finds. Okay, and so what we have here is I took the rules from our word code and made clues. And then we also have a word bank so that they could figure out what words go into each area, and they could also find the word. So one of our last stations that we kind of incorporate based on how much time we have is our hallway station. And usually we do this on the student's way out, or if we have more students, like in our upper grades, then we'll do this during the station time. So this is also a station where we have different activities for the grade levels. So for K through first, we use kind of like a frog walking game. And so we use dots that are on the floor, and based on the number of students who are playing, we give them the dots and they have to walk in a straight line and make sure that they don't fall into the water where the alligators are. So they have to walk from one dot to the next. For first graders, we put a little twist in there, and we give them, if there are 5 students, we give them 6 dots. And we ask them to go from one side of the room to the next, using only those 6 dots. And what they have to do is they have to put it down for the 5, and then they have to pass the next one up for the next person to walk up and continue that until they reach the other side of the room. So that's an added twist. And we also do that as well for our 2nd through 5th graders as well, so that they can also have fun. It's some critical thinking. It's also some teamwork that they have to use in order to get from one side to the next, walking in a straight line. So why is this important? This is important to our school because it makes sure that every student is being retaught the expectations. We ask teachers to do it. Sometimes they don't have time, or sometimes they forget. But when the school counselor, who sees all the students in classroom guidance, does it, we can ensure that every student hears the same message. It's also important because we're a critical part of the school, and we have to make sure that we are doing our part to help our school culture. So when we are a part of this process, not only do the teachers appreciate it, but the students hear that not only does my teacher want me to behave, but also my counselor feels like it's important as well, that she would take out of her time to teach a whole classroom guidance lesson. And at the end of the day, it's fun. It's fun for me to see the students enjoying what they're doing, and the students also enjoy practicing great behavior. And when they leave, what do they get? If they behave appropriately, they get class cash. And that's cash they can use for an incentive in the classroom. And if I see some students going above and beyond, they can get individual classes cash as well. So this is why I chose to do these rotations, because it helps our students, it helps our culture, and it's also fun. Thank you so much for listening and taking time to watch this video. I hope that you can use this in your school as well.